Are you in? Or are you out?
I'm in.
You won't regret it.
Mr. President.
Mr. President. Mr. President. Mr. President.
So, aside from half of New York, who would want to kill former Secretary of the Treasury, former aide-de-camp of Washington, founder of the Coast Guard, establisher of the First National Bank, and founder of the New York Post, Alexander Hamilton?
Well, we've got a lot of clues and a lot of players, but my money right now is on that Furneaux guy.
Nah, Furneaux's Jefferson's puppet. He wouldn't do something like this on his own.
So you think this murder was politically motivated?
I don't know. He was my friend. Once.
Yeah? Well, that was before he put the fate of the nation in jeopardy with his tax plans, both with the taxes themselves and with the ensuing Whiskey Rebellion. Washington had to marshal an army.
Don't speak against the insurrection. It was the Tom the Tinker who even got us these supplies. I wonder what Jay would think of this.
He'd thank you. We all would.
He'll never interfere with my cabinet again.
Oh my god, Adams, go away.
So this goes all the way to the top.
Yeah. So Jefferson hated Hamilton, and we all know it. It was Jefferson's party versus Hamilton's Federalists. And when Jefferson was Secretary of State, Hamilton was always interfering with his cabinet, especially with the whole French thing going on. Jefferson never really forgave him for that.
And you think Madison was involved too? The writer of the Declaration of Independence and the father of our Constitution? Murderers?
Okay, I know it sounds crazy.
And Adams, the president?
Okay, Hamilton just published that huge pamphlet on Adams's conduct as president, and it really hurt Adams with prospective voters. The election's coming up, Adams lost all those voters. He has motive, like it or not.
And the answer is to kill Hamilton.
Hamilton is a host unto himself. As long as he can hold a pen, he's a threat. Dead men don't write.
Okay, can we go over the evidence again?
Yeah. So the Bill of Rights was written by Madison, which would imply his involvement. It was mainly to appease anti-federalists who didn't want to ratify the Constitution. The Declaration of the Rights of Man and the Citizen is a piece of legislation by another suspect. Jefferson wrote this with Lafayette for his precious French Revolution, something Hamilton was firmly against.
So both the Bill of Rights and the Declaration of the Rights of Man and the Citizen were written by his enemies about topics Hamilton himself opposed.
We also see the National Gazette, which is an anti-federalist paper written by Furneaux. And by anti-federalist, I mean anti-Hamilton. It was filled with blistering attacks on him and his personal life.
I've got the next one. The Small Sheep of Wheat. Farmers. It's connected to the Whiskey Rebellion.
Yeah, exactly. So the Whiskey Rebellion actually pops up twice. The second connection is...
The note stuffed inside a whiskey jug. The note says, "Thanks, man."
No, you gotta say it with the accent.
Oh, right.
Thanks, man! One of the clues is a reference to a famous play, the business card with the name Brutus. Brutus, of course, stabs Caesar to death on the States of the Senate. He betrays Caesar because he thinks it's for the good of the nation. Brutus, a dear friend, turns on Caesar for the greater good. This clue actually incriminates Madison. He and Hamilton wrote the Federalist Papers together, but political differences drove them apart. Madison fits the role of friend turned betrayer for political good perfectly, and would be well educated enough to see the parallels. And then we've got the stagecoach tickets, which serve to further incriminate the others. From Virginia, we have Jefferson, and from Boston, we have Adams. There's one final clue we've been ignoring. C'est la vie.
Jefferson, it's done. Let's go.
1 minute.
The lipstick?
The lipstick. Only Jefferson would be petty enough to smear Hamilton's face with lipstick.
You're right. Let's go.